getting humble, on the exact same page. So I'm going to read you a little bit of a quote, humility. So humility is the antithesis to pride. We agree? Makes sense, right? So humility, pride, they're kind of like you can't do one and then also do the other. You can only do one or the other. And so I want to read something about humility that is super challenging. All right, so first is pride. So prideful people are defensive. No, I'm not. Angry. No, I'm not. They shift blame. No, you do. And are self-focused. You make me feel. Right? That's pride. The second you begin that, you're wrong. You're in the wrong. You're in pride. Right? They consistently see the problem is not with them, but with everyone else. That's pride. Humility is broken over sin. I did this. God cleaned me up. Concerned more with honoring God than getting what they deserve. If you're arguing with your spouse because you think you deserve more from them, you're in pride. Because humility has no expectations. Love and pray for your spouse or step into pride. They try to, by the grace of God, to stay focused on the gospel and on the goal. And so with that, there's a quote in this book, which, by the way, guys, if you're married and you have not read You and Me Forever by Francis and Lisa Chan, you're messing up in life. This is one of the best marriage books I've ever read in my life, by a long shot. To the point where, like, when married couples get married in our church, now this is officially the book that we give to the married couples and say, read this before you get married. It was a good book, but this quote says, both Lisa and I believe that more than any other attribute of Jesus, his humility is the key to a healthy marriage. If two people make it their goal to imitate the humility of Christ, everything else will take care of itself. What are arguments? Two prideful people demanding their own way. If two people make it their goal to imitate the humility of Christ, everything else will take care of itself. It really is that simple. Arguments escalate when we want to be right more than we want to be like Christ. It is easy to get blinded in the heart of disagreements. Soon, all we want to win, even if victory requires sin. And this last thing, write this down. This last part I'm going to say, write it down. Ready? The one who wins the argument is usually the one who acts the least like Christ. Yeah, you won the argument. All it costed was your relationship with Jesus, a separation in sin, and all it cost was you to step into pride and harden your heart against the people around you. That's all it costs to win the argument, right? Humility. Do you have something you want to add to that, dear?
Yeah, something that, like, we do, which is definitely a good tip, is when he notices me, like, being upset or frazzled or, like, angry or whatever, he always is like, okay, babe, you know what? Go pray.